Anger, wrath, rage, fury, the deadly sin. The fact that so many terms are wasted on a simple feeling imply that no one truly comprehends it. This video explores the psychopathic tendency to get angry easily and what I do to maintain my facade in spite of that. Anger is triggered when something good, which we take for granted, ceases to behave as expected and is replaced by an unpleasant anomaly. For example, the loose T key on my keyboard, or an idiot carelessly spilling water on my €100 book would piss me off. The first is but a minor inconvenience, while the second made me go berserk back in middle school. I threatened to break the offender's arm and start chasing him around the classroom in front of a dozen witnesses. Be very careful with psychopaths' belongings. I'm not gonna say it twice. I'm on the possessive side even for a psychopath, and I have somewhat improved my conscious breaks since then, but no need to tempt fate. I have evaded punishment for all 4 of my violent outbursts in life, and I haven't had one since 8th grade. Generally, if you're a psychopath who's trying to keep their freedom, it's wise to avoid high-tension places such as bars and to delegate chores you hate to other people. No need to fill up the anger meter unnecessarily, since you could unintentionally displace your anger on someone important. Venting does help and can lead to discovering solutions, as funny as that may sound. I tend to prefer the punch-it-3 alternative though. The more often you lose your temper or employ manipulation tactics, the less seriously you will be taken, as your victim will invariably bail or get desensitized. If you're an empath in a relationship with a psychopath, recognize that it's not a walk in the park on either end. We are generally not sadists, although I do have a mild strangulation fetish. We are looters. We see something shiny, we get it, we get out. Do not get between us and the loot, and recognize that if someone does, there is a chance you'll get caught in the fray due to a minor transgression. Set reasonable boundaries so you're not boring. Try to avoid our triggers. A cerebral psychopath like me will get mad if you make them seem like an idiot, and so on. And just enjoy the show. If you're lucky enough to be genuinely loved by one of us, or at least me, and not be seen as a walking bag of benefits, it can be one of the coolest experiences in the world. I protect my chosen one, I'm not a cheater, and I can view problems with a clear head and bring in some much needed spontaneity. Some other anger hotspots, even for neurotypicals, football stadiums, which are like that because due to disinhibition through alcohol and an us versus them mentality, or traffic jams due to impatience, lower frustration tolerance due to boredom. On one hand, anger is a useful tool which helps us promptly do away with anomalies, and on the other hand, it's a double-edged sword which can make a life hell within a few seconds. I, as a psychopath, have a colorful repertoire of ways to express my anger, some of which are under my control while others are not. The rule of thumb is, if you can survive the first 10 seconds of my outburst, you'll make it out just fine. Don't try to mind control in the first place and no harm will come to you. I too prefer a win-win situation and would rather not deal with unpleasant crap. Researchers and even some psychopaths tend to describe psychopathic anger as instrumental, and in the case of revenge and passive aggressiveness, that is indeed the case. But in case of spur-of-the-moment rage, I definitely can lose control for a short while. Cases such as psychopaths, some guy from Robert Hare's book, eating their baby against the wall and killing them because the baby had shitted on his hand while getting a diaper change, would definitely horrify an empath. Although such cases are rare, our emotional breaks are indeed out of order. Hell, one of the reasons why I don't want a baby is so I don't neglect or hurt it, but that's a topic for another video. If neurotypical anger is the world's best secure nuclear reactor, then a psychopath's anger would be a candle in the wind swinging above 10 gallons of kerosene. We are quick to flare up and to fizzle out, leaving a trail of confused and distressed empaths in our wake.